Peace, y'all. September 12th. It's Tuesday. It's garbage day here in Roseville. Yeah, we've got our hands full with everything packed up best we can, moving things around as we're rotating around trying to get some of the other stuff out. We'll have the same problem at the other shop, but we're at the point where we're just going to have to start dealing with this. In the other videos I mentioned that we've got all the ceiling tiles. We need to get the ceiling sealed up at the other shop. That's really the last big thing that has to be done before we can move a bunch of big things in there. We don't want to have to move things around so we can move a ladder and hang the ceiling so we need to get it done. One thing we needed to do to hold the foam board to the rafter boards, say like this here, and here we used cardboard with a staple gun to hold the plastic up, right? Same principle, a retainer of some kind needs to be used to hold the foam board up to the rafters. And I thought I'd use some, it's almost like a 1/4 inch or 3/16 inch particle board or press board. It's almost like paper pressed together really hard, right? And it's like a dark brown colored stuff. I got it for my brothers. I took the 4x8 sheet over to my place, but I'm not going to use it. Women will say, the same as men say, that we call women hoarders. They've got a basement full of garbage that they never use. Women say the same thing about your garage. Why do you have all this? Why do you have this stuff? Well, look at the aluminum tubing up here. My brother Kenny gave me. I'll probably end up throwing that out. But I kept it until I'm either going to need it to use it or I need to move it, then it goes in the garbage. I had some scrap aluminum here from the Enduro zip cart that we restored a couple years ago. When I got the cart, the guy that had it actually raced it with a nose cone. He wasn't going to try to vintage race it. He was still racing it. So it had a full aluminum floor tray. To vintage race it, you're only allowed to run the floor tray within the main frame rail. So main frame rail to main frame rail. The aluminum on that cart came all the way out to the edge of the fuel tanks. So we had to trim all the other, you're following me, I had pieces of aluminum floor pan. It was probably 065 aluminum. Right? I was just going to, as we're cleaning up, I found it here, going to bend it up, throw it away. I thought, wait a minute. I got a 3-inch hole saw. That's right. You smell what I'm cooking? I cut up all that extra floor pan and made 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 62 little aluminum retainers. We'll put a wood screw through here. Hold it up to the rafter board, right? And hold either side. This piece of foam, the piece of foam board that comes in from this side, and the piece of foam board that comes in from this side, we'll put the screw in the middle with the retainer, and it's gonna, having 65 of them, we'll be able to use them everywhere. There will be nothing up there to fall down onto the foam to snap it and break it. So they're just sheets. They're going to span 8 foot to 8 foot on center to the the rafter. So there isn't a 4-footer in between, but we don't need a 4-foot support of this thing. It's not drywall. They weigh nothing, and they're just going to be there to insulate. They're going to be just like this plastic. There'll be no structure to it at all, just to keep the heat down, the cold out, the heat out in the summer, and the cool in. And we'll seal it up with that tinfoil tape, just like we did on the trailer project when we insulated the trailer. So did this as we got back yesterday from me and Chuck. Thanks again, Chuck, for helping me out. He followed me to ABC Warehouse, where we had to ask very kindly to return our new dryer. When I went to install it, it won't fit into the little cubby area that the washer and dryer have to go in because of the lack of construction knowledge by the guy that sold us the house. My measurements were accurate, but the guy didn't build the stuff square. So long story short, the washer and dryer wouldn't go into the cubby that they were supposed to go into, the area where they were supposed to fit. So I had to go back to the appliance store and trade down to a cheaper model. It's a different brand. They don't look exactly the same, but it doesn't really much matter. It's a washer and dryer. As long as it dries your clothes, it's all that matters. But it was 2 inches smaller. So we're going to be able to get it in. At the back of the wall, from inside corner. We had 56.5 inches. We had a 27 wide and a 29 wide. That's 56. We had a half an inch to play with. 3 foot out where the cubby starts, it was 1.5 inches narrower. The guy must build without using a square. Something, it wasn't right, so they wouldn't even slide in. So we handled that. That was done. Thanks, Chuck, for helping me out. He brought the dryer back from Chinatown out there and put it in the trailer out in the driveway. I'm just waiting on them to call today on Tuesday the 12th. Between 1 and 3 this afternoon, the dryer I want will come in. We'll take ours back, put that one in the trailer. In the meantime, we have all this crappage to get boxed up, cleaned up, packed away, thrown away if we don't want it. All this stuff out, packed up, cleaned up, thrown away. Air compressor can go in the trailer. Generator can go in the trailer. The spare tires for the trailer can go in the trailer. All the stuff obviously we're gonna grind it. We can pack the stuff up and box it up. We still got a bunch of room on the top of the the rack here to fill in with boxes yet. So we're not going to move any boxes yet. We're just going to move the big stuff that can be moved around at the other shop as we're finishing up. So just a quick update for the 12th. We got to get a milk crate for the big 250, I think, and we'll just start getting this stuff cleaned up. We got to be able to get this bench off the wall. We want to get that done today, get it into pieces that are workable. I can get into the trailer. I can do all this stuff by myself. Absolutely all of it by myself. So it's easier if you got you got some help, but ain't no big deal. Here we are alone. We're going to do what we got to do. So a quick update, and we'll bring you some more maybe later if we make a bunch of progress. If we don't, we'll bring you something tomorrow. Godspeed, God bless. I am praying for you. Hang in there. It'll get better, y'all. You know it. Talk to you soon. We're going to pack up mini lathe, too.